welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. If you're new here, hey, thanks for stopping by, checking out my channel. My channel, well, it's all about crochet. Well, sometimes I might talk about some yarn or a gadget or an event or something fun happening in the yarning community, my life, sports, things happening around the world. You just never know what we might talk about. Hey, we're just friends hanging out, having some, this time I got iced coffee or regular coffee or water, and we just chit chat for a few minutes. I never keep you long, just kind of update you on what's going on around here. Returning subscribers, thanks so much for coming back, spending a little bit of your Monday with me. I really do appreciate every one of you for coming back week after week, day after day. So did everybody have a good weekend? Mine was not what I expected it to be. Apparently I'm not very good at reading schedules. And probably some of you are going, woman, are you insane? Yeah, I expected to have this big long football schedule and baseball and everything going on all weekend long. Yeah, that didn't happen. IU and Tennessee were off. They had bye weeks. I did get to see Notre Dame win, so that was good. I enjoyed that. Watched some other college football games that were interesting, but not fantastic for me anyway. They weren't my teams. The Bears are off until next Monday. They're not even on this Monday. They're on next Monday. So I didn't get a whole lot of, football. I did watch some football because, it's what I do. But my teams weren't playing, so I wasn't like wholeheartedly watching it. And the Cubs got their butts smacked on Saturday. So now we hope they redeem themselves today. Other than that, I worked on my crochet projects. And we got two that we're going to talk about. I have a finished object, you guys. I finally finished it. Now, ta-da! My big, giant granny square. It is not quite 40 inches. It's about 38.5 inches. But I ran out of yarn. And I only had the 2 balls. I'm not adding more. So I did add on this like fuzzy chenille for the border. I just did single crochet all the way around. I was going to go around one more time, but it was getting late. I couldn't see the stitches in that fuzzy stuff. I said, if this isn't perfect, it's not going to be perfect. If it doesn't fit on the bed, they'll use it someplace else. But I loved it. I love the heart on it in the middle with the pink heart. This is Bernat Baby Soft Sport that I picked up at Walmart. And it's, perfect for a baby blanket. And I just did a continuous granny square. And if you notice, you can't see a line because I did all of my joining in the corner. So there's no definitive line where I added my, where you went to the next round. So it just pulled on its own, and I think it kind of turned out pretty cool. And it's soft and it's lightweight, but it's snuggly, and I think it turned out really good, and I'm really happy. And so another Boggy blanket done. So I'm going to grab some squares and start on the next one, but I got those 2 done and I'm thrilled. So Boggy blanket number 2 done. My luck of the draw is coming along really well. I didn't show it to you the last couple of weeks. I'll show it to you this week on Wednesday when right before the next draw. The other thing that I worked on is my double dip of Judy's Creations and Crochet, her butterfly mal, and Laura from Nan Mimi's Crochet and Farming, her What's in a Name mal. And I gotta tell you, I frogged back the first part. I didn't change the stitch. The stitch is called the Silt Stitch, S-I-L-T, the Silt Stitch. It is a stitch that is done in multiples of 3. Then you do 2 plus 1 on your foundation row. And then it's a 2-row repeat. The first row is all double crochets. So use, 4th chain from the hook, double crochet all the way across. Then on the next row, row 2, you single crochet 2 double crochets in the first stitch, skip 2, single crochet 2 double crochets, skip 2, all the way down to the end. Now in the pattern book, in the pattern stitch dictionary, it said when you got to the end to put in a double crochet. Well, I was doing that and it was leaving this big gap. I didn't like it. I thought it looked funny. So instead of doing a double crochet at the end, I do a single crochet. And again, from there, you're supposed to chain 3 and then do your double crochets back. I don't like that. It leaves a gap. So I always, when I start my next row, I always use this stacked double crochet where you do 2 single crochets on top of each other. If you know what that is, you lose that gap. And then double crochet across. So that's how I've been doing this. So I frogged back my first version, and I was pretty far along, but it was becoming so stiff because this is a thick stitch. It is and I'm using bulky yarn, so it's a thick stitch. It's a hefty stitch, and it was making something that wasn't going to be very comfortable. So, and that's because I was using, now I'm using puzzle yarn, which is a 5 weight, and on there they suggest they suggest a 6mm hook. Well, I went, I'll go up to a 6.5mm hook. That was just making, I mean, it made the stitches come out okay, but it was just making this really stiff fabric, and I didn't like it. So I frogged it all back, grabbed my 8mm hook. I almost went to a 10, but I went to the 8mm, and I started over, and I like this better. It's not so stiff. It's got a little bit of stretch to it. And the other thing that I did different is I did an I-cord start at the beginning. So my first row is an I-cord. And then I did the single crochets in the I-cord. I just think it looks nice. I mean, it doesn't, I mean, you could do a foundation double crochet row if you wanted to, if you didn't want to do a chain and then go back. You could do foundation double crochets, or just do the chain and then turn around and come back the other way, however you're comfortable doing it. There's no right way, there's no wrong way, there's just your way. So this is going to be my Lynanne's Blarf. It's not quite wide enough for a blanket. It's a little bit wider than a scarf. So it is a hybrid blanket scarf. My starting chain is about, it came out to be about 28 inches from, and you know, in width. And I'm going to go, I have 5 balls of the puzzle, which is like 346, something like that, over 300 yards per ball. I'll have 5 of them because I have an order from Premier that will be delivered today. I got the out for delivery notice this morning. And so I'm just going to go until it is as long as it can be. This is going to be a gift for my daughter-in-law. Her school colors are green, and I'm just going to, because her room is either freezing cold or roasting hot, and she lives in Michigan. So this will be the perfect thing to throw on the back of her chair at work. And when she's chilly, just kind of throw it over her shoulders and cuddle up and be warm with it. Or maybe she'll share it with one of her kids. Whatever she teaches. I think she's in a 5th grade classroom this year. She jumps back and forth. She's a STEM teacher, which is science, technology. I don't know what E stands for, and math. I should know what that E stands for, but I don't. So, you know, she's the science and technology teacher with math thrown in there. She has all of the kids from the grade level in her room at one time or another. Anyway, so that's what I have changed about this pattern. Let's see, I'm trying to get into this single crochet at the end, and that's the one that's a pain in the tuckus. But, and be careful, because when you're on your return pass on the double crochets, it's very easy to forget that single crochet at the beginning of the textured row. It's very easy to skip it, and then you get a wonky edge. So here I am. I don't even chain one. I just turn my work, and then I go right back into that first stitch to do my double crochet, or single crochet, then 2 double crochet. That way I don't have that lump at the end. I don't have the gap where you have the chain 3. I just think it makes a nicer edge. You don't get all that lumpiness that goes in. You just get this nice straight edge with no holes. But that's my preference. I mean, if you are old school and you want to do your chain 3 and then, you know, go from there, or if you don't like the standing double crochet, or if you want to chain 1 before you turn, you do you, boo. But this is the Lynanne bark, so I'm doing it my way. Anyway, what else is going on? It's a week around here, you guys. Let's see what's going on this week. Tomorrow is Tunisian Tuesday. I can't wait to show you what I've started. I kind of put a preview out on my Facebook page, if you have seen it. I got started on my socks, and yeah, the beginning is a little fiddly, but now I'm going in the round, and it's turning out really cool. I'm almost on my first pair, ready to do the whole heel thing. And it's like, it's an interesting technique to do the heels on the pattern that I picked out. So the pattern I picked out is toe up. So I've already done the toe, doing some increases, and then you do in the round until you get to where you're gonna split off for the heel, and I'm almost to that part now. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow on Tunisian Tuesday. Wednesday, all things Boggy Creek. We'll talk about Boggy Creek. I'll grab some squares. We'll work on some squares. We will remind everybody we're at Nancy's house this week, so we'll be over on Nancy's channel for the unboxing. And Friday, I'll probably show you the yarn that I'm getting in today, which I'm kind of excited about. So, and then anything else that might pop up, you just never know. So that's what's going on around here this week. I hope everybody has a fantastic week. It's going to be, I think, a rainy week around here. Kind of off and on, kind of rainy. Like right now it's sunny, but 10 minutes ago it was dark as night out here. It's very weird. But so I have a feeling I'm going to get a lot of crochet done this week. You know, between doing all the other stuff that we got to do. But I think, you know, it's not going to be a lot of outside stuff going on today, so, or the rest of this week. So a lot of crochet to get done, and just shenanigans, who knows. So go, have a great week, have a great Monday. Treat yourself to something fun. Take a little bit of time for yourself. Give yourself that little bit of grace. It's going to be okay. Be kind to yourself. That's an important part of all of this. But above all, be kind to everyone out there, because you just don't know what they're going through. And I will see you on Tuesday for Tunisian Tuesday. Bye.